Okay, everybody, this is really weird. A lot of stuff just came today. This is a really weird way to learn stuff. It's spiritual. It's ancient gematria, I call it. It's sacred. It's unbelievable, this stuff. And if you don't give up, it'll hopefully pay off in the end for all of us. Can learn the stuff that we didn't learn in school growing up. Because these people that are the psychopaths have tainted everything. So we got to learn our own way to figure all this stuff out. And hopefully the cavalry will be coming right after that, and all these people will be going bye-bye because we need that. And basically we're going to start off with the Meaningful Life Center. That guy is a guru. I don't know your name, I'm sorry offhand, but you hit every nail on the head that has been happening to me ever since I've been doing this, and you hit everything right on the head. So I sent him this a while ago. And you guys can stop it at any time and look at what I'm got on going on here. Hopefully it's in focus. These cameras ain't the best cameras. This is when I did the Holy Grail. Oh, I should have that pulled out right now too. Yeah, this is when I did the Holy Grail one. And then, hi, thanks, blah, blah, blah. And then they do whatever they're saying, which, whatever. And then, I don't know if I sent them this or not. And then here's some gematria right here. And this guy's not any better than the rest of them. No, because it's breaking news, an EAK. An EAK is part of this right here. Because there's the E, and there's the A. And this is the Mayor Del ZUR, and ZUR is KFC, and I'm not chicken. And that's the Pacifica. So what happens here is there's a bunch of people that have infiltrated our systems all the way through all of our systems, and they've been causing havoc, and it's the Masons. Yeah, there's a certain Masons that have been doing this there our whole time, and there's good Masons and there's bad Masons, but I have to get this part done right now before the sun goes down. So what happened is this is the USS, because the U's gone, because it was the last bit of thread, so it's USS John Young. Well, that's a ship. And John Young is also an astronaut. So right here, this is a 106 mark, and me and my brother were number 10 and number 6 in the royal city of New Westminster. Man, that sun's sure going down fast, but it's not going down, it's going around the corner. And then it was in the 40th hole right there. So what happened is, this is Eddie's board from the Windjammer. And we always called it the Windsor pub, but it's the Windjammer. Windjammer. So, what's going on here is there's a hole in the 40th hole. My dad died on the 40th anniversary. And then in the 39th hole, it's fuzzy light. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's fuzzy light in the 39th hole. It's just below that hole right there. So you can see that light coming through like nothing. I'll put it on the sun if I can. And then there's one down below it. And it just shows a little bit of light. Maybe I'll switch this over to this. I'll switch this over to mine. Then I can see if I'm getting it or not. Because it's important I get the bottom hole too. Yeah, I got it. See, it's a fuzzy light. Right there. Yeah. See if I put it right on it, what happens? No, that don't work. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Except when I look through it through my eye, it's really fuzzy. Awesome. So that's the 40th and the 39th hole. So 40 and 39 is 79. And that's A. That's the start of the fourth set of alphabets. Because 78 is Z. Oh my God, this just keeps getting better and better and better. This story is unbelievable, people. So if you want to know more, you better come to the next one, because I'm stopping this one right now. This is what's happening. I'm stopping it right now, but here's more stuff that I have to do and show you. It's origami, it's scrolls, it's codes to certain words, and then they come up with other stuff, and it's absolutely awesome. Right? Because this changes to letters. And when it changes to letters, you get certain things like Gino, Gino. A buddy of mine that passed away. No, another buddy's son just died the other day. And then Sean died. And the Pseudo brothers and Mrs. Pseudo. And just a lot of people have died lately. And it's just, yeah. So my mom and dad have been gone 16 and 18 years. And it's going to switch to 17 and 19 this year. So there's a lot of significance to these numbers that we don't know about. And it's about all the Lord. You know, this book that has been changed 40 times, or 66 is this and whatever. So that's a code too, 40 and 66. That's 106. And I just showed you the holes there where the thing was in. So there's another code for you. Holy cow, just by doing the code. And then me and my dad, my dad's middle name's Alan with an A, and that adds up to 40, and I'm Alan with the E, and that adds up to 44. And my grandfather died on the 1944 on Ewan Avenue and Lawrence Street. And in 1984, because that adds up to 84, the Sikhs had a problem, and all these fellas right here were part of the war to save all, try to do something for the kids and everybody else, because the law wasn't on their side, and they were doing things to the kids, and nothing was getting done. But these fellas, they lasted a while for only a number of people that were doing what they were doing, and they're feeding me and everything, and they have a system that goes across Canada. But how come the government can't do anything like this? And when they do, they take the food and they taint it and make us sick from it. And then I've been going to the Hare Krishna temple as well. And Krishna consciousness and Christ consciousness is Christos. So I don't want to hear anything from anybody because it's all about Christos and being kind and loving and caring. And then I've been going to the Hindu temple too. And they're right beside the Hare Krishna temple. And they both have a lot of stuff in common. And one of the things they have in common is this plate. And the sun's shining bright. And there's the little squirrel. It ain't a rat, it's a squirrel. And they're friends. Because an elephant loves nuts, and so does a squirrel. My mom and dad's anniversary would be tomorrow. And it's right in between both their birth dates. And all this stuff is really, it's really amazing. So this plate, it has a J and an N on it. Now that could be January to November, it could be June to November, or July to November. And if it's January to November, if I put the E and the A from this in there, it spells Jean. That's my sister's middle name and my mom. And my niece and my grandma. And this is a sundial. And my mom's initials add up to 30 when it's just IJK, and it's part of the alphabet code that I got going on. So yeah, I don't have it with me right at the second. So IJK adds up to 30. And there's the North Star, and it's in the crescent moon, or the Horn of Plenty. I call it the crescent moon, but it's the whole, the Horn of Plenty as well. And sound lifts things, and yeah, we're going to find out a lot of things we didn't know, I'll tell you that. And then there's 6 markers on here with the sun and the moon, the sun and the moon, the sun and the moon, and the sun and the moon. And there's 6 markers. And then there's the center. And that's where we are. And that's where all the cloning was supposed to happen. And then we go divide it up and take it out to the outer realm that we don't know about. And that's on the other side of the ice wall. So this was the cloning station that we're on right now. And that's what Shiva is. Shiva is not destruction. Shiva comes in and takes clones, because there was bubbles, and in each bubble that I seen rising, that represented people coming and taking clones, but not taking them so it killed everything. They actually came and pruned stuff up and made it look good and everything, and then they rose up with the, because if you take clones off of fruit trees, you get fruit right away. If you take it from the seed, it takes a long time. So this is what this is. This is the plate, and then I had this thing made up, and then it goes on the J and the N. See, this is the J part, and you see how it all goes. This is for when you're siphoning, and so it doesn't back up on you. So you don't need a one-way check valve, but you don't need it anyway, because the pressure that's caused by the water falling through the water in a closed chamber creates pressure, and the pressure pushes down on the siphon to make it have some PSI in it. So pressures per square inch type thing, you know what I mean? And then so now your siphon's pressurized, and now you can turn wheels and all that kind of stuff, or blow holes and stuff, or whatever, right? So I'm already into it for 14. I'm trying to keep it low. 433. Come on, focus. See, that's the thing about these things. They don't like to focus. 15 in, baby. So what happens now is I have another plate. So there's a marker there, which is okay, I was just doing that too. Sorry, I got offhand here. So that was the gene thing that I told you, and then that's EA, and then there's an MA, and that's the Aquarius, and then that's air and the water bearers. So that's the water bearers, but it's the air that pushes the sails in the water. And that's an 11. That's a channel. So this is MAK and EAK. And what happens there, it makes a T. Well, we had a T road at the end of our street, and we had a crossroad at the other end, and it was either the crossroad, oh, and this makes a number sign, or the X's and O grid. That's pretty cool. So anyway, we went to the T road because my brother had some warts. My dad said, you gotta believe, you gotta believe, you gotta believe. So I went and got a Spearmint's Wrigley's gum down the street, and in the package that the gum come in, it's sort of aluminum type stuff. So we opened it up, we traced my brother's roots, or his warts, and then my brother had to spit in it. And the whole time my dad said, you gotta believe, you gotta believe. So he traced them all out. And then we went to the T road because it was a rocky road because we couldn't dig into the four-way crossroad. And the T road was dirt at the end, right? We had a dirt road at that on Boyd Street. And he dug the hole right in the center. And he had to spit in it. And my brother was digging the hole, you know, just a little guy digging the hole. And then he put it in the ground, and then 7 days later my brother's warts were gone, and one was still there, and my dad goes, oh, we must have forgot that one. But my sister's face when we were doing it, yeah, it was really cool. So IJK adds up to 30, and then if you add the D on the end for Dickie, it's 17 in there now. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh my God, I'm glad I got that because my mom was born in 41, and she died on the 42nd anniversary. My dad died on the 40th anniversary, and my grandpa died in 44. Like, the numbers are just crazy for us. Now we got 437s, and 37's the Royal City of New Westminster. And that's represented on our jerseys. It says 1937 on it for the Royals, New Westminster Royals. So this grid was made by me. Or what was I doing? Oh yeah, yeah, and then I said gene and all that stuff, and then the ZUR is KFC in code form, and a mayor is a horse, and then if I take the ARE, I take the R out because it's a C, because I can't go to R. Just like it's KFC there, well, it's ACE, which is ace. So I guess it would be mace. That's for the women that have a creep coming up on them and are going to do something. They could spray him with some mace. So if you add the D onto the 30, it's 34, and that's when my dad was registered. And my aunt died at 34, and she was born in 43. So that's one of them reverse forward things. And the 34 adds up to 217, which is QQ, and my mom died on the 17th of September, and she was born in February 17th. So February is the second month, plus 17 is 19, and 19 is nil in crib. And the second month she was born, the 9th month she died, that's 29, that's the highest hand in crib. And she died on the 9th month, So that's 9, 19, and 29, and that's quantum theory or string theory. And she died on the 9th month, 17th day, which is 26, which is the 26 letter code for the gematria. And this is what gematria is, people. It's all this stuff, and I do the hardest one you can do. But now that I know how to do it, it's easy, and now I can teach it. And there's a lot of other people that know how to do this stuff too, but I don't know if they're brave enough to come out to say anything. But I thank the Hindu temple. I thank the Hare Krishna Consciousness Temple, and I thank the Sikh temple. I'm meeting a lot of people there. So what happens with this plate? Sorry, people, but I'm a little bit whatever now. I'm a little overwhelmed, but this is another plate. It's also got a wrap of wire, but it's coming out the other side. And there's a 10 right here that this corner's on, and the rest of them are all 5s. And it adds up to 120. And so does the snooker game. I mean not the snooker, the pool ball. So 1 to 15 is alpha and omega, and it adds up to 120. The winning hole in crib is 121. So I need a cue ball for this, and then it'll be 121. And this is a 75 board, and it's a turn of a tide. And there's the tide that turns. So what happens is you go this way, and then you have to go back the other way. Well, I just broke these codes right out of the water. This is part of the codes right here. And this represents the fish coming and going, and also the geese that come and go. Because we've seen that every single year, and they went in the back of our school, which was Queen Elizabeth School. And they'd be in the back of our, on the track, because we had this oval track in the back of our school, and there would be geese all over it. There was no room for any geese. They were all over the place on the whole island, because we took their wetlands away, right? So when they came back year after year for a long time, they had nowhere to go, because all these things were like made like and developed and blacktop, and we had an oval track in the back. So these all add up to 120 with all these markers, and then you can see how this line goes all the way around on all of them. And I had this line made like way before, and it should be made out of tube so that water can go through, and then electrolysis happens from the water going one way and going the other way, and that's called the spark gap. So, and this is magnets, and it's for the fish that come up, and they have to go up the mountain, and we have to make fish ladders. And Danny Garrick up in Pitt Lake was doing all these great things to bring the fish back, but the fisheries and all them are a bunch of J-holes, and well, I call them jackholes, but because they're jackasses. So anyway, this plate goes onto this plate. See, and they line up, and then there's the JN, which adds up, which is Jesus of Nazareth, and that would represent Mother Mary, magnetic north, and Mother Nature. So magnetic north, Mother Nature, and Mary of Nazareth standing on Mother Nature. And this is lines up perfectly with the N and the J now. See, there's the J. It's starting to get dark in here. And there's the N, and this is where the power starts. This is an on-off switch to make the tides go one way and then they go the other, one way and then the other, one way and then the other. So the tides switch twice a day. They go up and down twice a day. And this is sort of the tides, and this represents a fish, this little magnet here. When I push it like this, it jumps, and it jumped over the net. And you can see the four corners. That's for the different levels of the water and stuff that come up and down. So when you have your house, you have the water go into all the corners of your house to collect the water, and there's supposed to be containers under your house. And then there's a middle part, and then that's where the water mixes and cavitates, and the cavitation is in a closed chamber, and that's what gives you the pressure to your water taps. It also gives you hot and cold. It has a air as well, so you have a central heating and cooling system, and you're making your water move and cavitate. And what that does is that's the special water we need. We don't need water with fluoride in it or chlorine. We just need our water moving around, not staying stagnant in a still pipe. And then that water is going to keep us really healthy, and it'll be at a certain pH level. And if you make the water cavitate super hard into water, I think it breaks the molecule of the water apart, and you get hydrogen, and then that's how you get the lava flow, because you get white hot from the hydrogen, because it burns at 3,000 degrees and it makes it white hot, but then it starts to cool off to red, and then once the water and stuff starts, it'll cool it off to black. So that's part of the four horses of the apocalypse. We got white, we got red, we got black, and then once you got the black soil or lava rock or whatever, and the sunlight and everything, it turns stuff green, and then it starts to grow. So that's the four horses of the apocalypse. And how this plate, I didn't, I took the time to find these out. I got these plates at different times, and this is two different levels. So this could be Earth, and then Mars and Jupiter, and all the planets are that they're in order, but no, they're levels of the Earth that we're in. So we're on the Earth, and we're in the Earth. So that's what's going on there. See, and we'll push this one here and see where this one flies. See, it just went up the ladder. See that? Awesome. That's awesome. The Lord is looking down on me today. I got so much cool stuff today. I figured out this 75 crib board, and me, my mom, and my aunt, my grandma, me, my mom, and my grandma are all, we're all 25 years apart. And 47 is a code on this right here as well. So what happens here is this is 111, but this is 65, 65, 65, which adds up to 11, 11, 11. And these are on 11, 11, 11. So that's a natural 11, 11, 11. So then we go up, this is the winning hole. So when you come down to here, you hit 75, but then you have to go back, and that's what the tides do. And the winning hole is 29, the highest hand in crib. It's really cool. And them add up to 11. And right across is 47, which we just seen there. And 47 represents this as well. The purple and the brown is 47. See, right here, 4 and a 7. See? And them are the magnets. And these are the three-sided pyramids. And that's the four-sided. The four-sided, all around the base, they're all 15 inches, so 4 times 15 is 60, and then the uprights are all 15 as well, and there's 4 times 15, and that's 60. 60 plus 60 is 120, and that's the stink hole and crib, and that's how much these balls add up to. So I link these balls and the crib board and the Alpha Omega all together. So I'm starting to link all the games, and then the crib board. I mean this, the dart board as well. And there's certain dart boards that have the numbers going certain ways, and this is not one of them. This is a different type. The one over there, and it's all the colors of the four horses of the apocalypse. There's my glass horse with Buddha in it. The leg broke, the green leg, so I mended it up, glued her together, and that feather's from my cousin's grave, and my Auntie Marilyn and her parents. And then the ass end blew out, and it was just like, what's going on? Everything, I fixed this, and now this blew out. Well, Buddha was right behind me with Tesla's and Nostradamus predictions in it. Like, there's some codes that they left behind for me to figure out, I guess. Because they knew stuff, but nobody was listening to them, or they were all suppressed and everything else. So I had a little gold Buddha, and the Buddha was sitting on the other arm, and in Buddha's other arm is an Ankh. It's an A-N-K, and that's the power. Well, that's got to do with the the Mayan calendar, that's white, and then I have a green Aztec calendar as well, and that represents the white represents the roots, and the green represents the grass that the horse walks upon. And when you have horseshoes, you they're called farriers, and they um, bend the horseshoes to fit the horse. And I'm saying white hot, red hot, and then when they step and cool off, then it's black, and then they walk on the green grass. So, and then they eat the beautiful grass that's grown, and they have moisture on them, and that's Baal, and that's moisture, the moisture god. So these people are lying about lots of stuff, and when you learn all this stuff and put it all together and figure out what kind of con artists these people are, it's time for them all to go fly a kite. So this code right here, 7, 15, and 4, that's God, and that's right there. And like I said, there's G-I-N-O, and that's my buddy, and he was the godfather of my grandkids, or Douglas. So Douglas. And then I guess he'd be the great grandfather of my grandkids, but no, he's gone. But he's looking down on us all. And then JCK, well, if the angel falls into there, it's Jack the fish. And then ME is me, and that's 18. And then LE is masculine for the in French, and that's 17. And 17 and 18 is 35. So all the numbers are just perfect. So 35, and 35 is H. 3 and a 5 is H. And then you got a hole in 1. And then you got in behalf of Jesus Christ Almighty. And then that's God. And then it's a home, H-O-M-E or H-O-L. And right now we're in a hole because these people put us in one. And here's the snooker game. And this rack was in the alchemy chart, and it was for gravel. And I didn't pick gold, I didn't pick nothing, I picked gravel, so the fish had somewhere to go spawn. And these are the eggs that go spawn in the black gravel. And then we got the pink salmon, right? And then it's the nice blue water. And that's six. That pink is 6. The black is 7. So that's the middle of the month or the year, June and July. And I just told you about that J down here, January or June or July. Well, if it's July, if it's June and July, it adds up to just missed 17 to 35. So 17. Okay, what am I talking about now? June and July. Okay, June and July is the 6th and 7th month. It adds up to 13. So that's M, and that's the mountain. And then the 2 J's is the water that sits in the mountain and in the mountain. So it's on the mountain, in the lake. So that's on and in. So then it falls, the water falls, and it always falls. And the drop of the Fraser River is at the Hell's Gate, and that's the biggest drop ever. And then that drop, then it's the lower mainland. And that's pretty much level all the way to, well, there might be some little bit more of a drop further up, a little bit more coming back to Vancouver. But for the most part, that's level. All the way from there, all the way to Lions Gate Bridge, all the way out to Vancouver Island, it's all level. So that's the water that's level. And the tide line's level all the way as you're riding your boat down. It's either high tide or low tide twice a day, so you'll be able to see the tide line. So I don't know, you people better start opening your eyes and looking to see what you see. So 13 is the 6th and 7th month together, and then if you take July, August, September, October, November, the first letters of the month, it spells Jason. And then if the water's falling all the time and the tides turn, now where is it falling from? It's falling from the mountain and it's going to the marsh. And the marsh is the estuary and the delta, and that's where everything plays and makes beautiful noises to make beautiful things, so when they go back home that they're going back with more than they came with. And that would be their whatever they created while they were there. And you guys can figure out what that is. So then 6th and 7th. So now you got an M there, and there's no J's because the J's have gone out to sea. So now you got Jason the Mason, because now it's Mason. Jason the Mason. Friday the 13th. Pretty unreal, eh? And we've all been snookered. And these are the colors for the snookered. The balls that are colored, and then the red rack, which is right here, they're all worth 1. And that was in the alchemy chart. And it was under gravel, and it was the same looking as this, except I colored them all red. And I made a whole bunch over there, just like these pool balls. And there's the cue balls for the rack, because each white ball has to hit the red ball first. Now all these balls add up to these numbers. So if you go end to end, that's 9. And then the 4 and the 5 is 9, and the 3 and the 6 is 9. Oh my God, 3, 5, 6. Oh my God. See, these are in order. This is the order they are. And then 5's in the middle, and then 6, and then 7. Just like this right here. That's the rack. But on here, when you put them in order, I get the 3, 5, 6. Again. And then 67. And 35. And 24. All these numbers, like I told you. 3, 5, 6 over there. And I made that when I was a kid. That was the address, and the rake was balancing on the house after it was tore down. I went back to go get the door, the screen door, and the mailbox, but the house was torn down. I'm really sad I didn't get the mailbox because it had a North Star on it. It was green, and it had two J's to hold the newspaper underneath. Unreal how this story keeps going. I'm gonna go find one of them because it's going on there. And then there's yeah, you can't see it from here anyway. So we've been snookered, and then yeah, I told you about the months of the year. Told you about Gino and God and me and all that other stuff, and then I told you about these plates. And then this plate here is the, and then I told you that one at the bottom is the horn of plenty, and then this is the horn. That's what the elephant does, right? Maybe it can blow a tune and move some stuff. And then there's the little squirrel. It's even got a fluffy tail. And mice and rats don't. You ever see them big rats that they got in the fields of the rice? Boy, do them look healthy. Really, really healthy. And then when they threw them in the boiling hot water, all the fur fell off and they were totally white. Like cleaned them right off. Oh my God. And then the meat looked really like people don't like. See, I always this brightness of this thing. Anyway, we're gonna have cameras that work better. So even this is floating here. And then this goes over top because this is what's over top of us. We have a dome. We're in a dome. We're inside the earth, not on outside. And this is a dowsing rod now for the water. Like I showed you, it's an N or a J and an N. That's Jesus of Nazareth, and the North Star is up high. And the sun and the moon go around, and sometimes when I'm out on my front porch, I can see the sun and the moon at the same time. And there they are, the sun and the moon. And then sometimes I can see the moon and the sun when the sun's going around the corner. See, because this is around the corner, and now it's around the corner. See? I just went around the corner. It's going out of my vision, and that's going to start getting dark. And it's going into the dark to brighten it up, so it's somebody else's sunrise when it's our sunfall. But it's just going around the corner, and this is the plate that shows you it's going around the corner. Because I see the sun come up this way. And I don't know what you see when it's on here, because you're here, and it's going to be coming up the same way. Because we're in the center. There it is. The water always falls. And what's this? Oh, the green there and the red there. Well, this would be the right of way for on a boat. The boat's going into the sunlight as it's coming around. See, look at the sun there, and it's dark here, dark here, dark, dark, dark. Anyway, the earth is a plain, and we got peaks and valleys and the marshland and the depths of the sea. And the marshland really helps with the moisture escaping up into the sky. And when you take the ditches out and you take the marshlands away, there's no fog being created. Thus, we won't get any snow, not as much as we're supposed to. And I don't know what they're doing with all the Tesla coils that are called cell towers, which are microwaving our skies. We've had the weirdest winter ever, as far as I'm concerned. If we don't get no snow on the mountain, the fish are going to be hurting. So this is Eddie's crib board from the Windjammer, it says, but we called it the Windsor. Well, there was the Windjammer and there was the Windsor. There was two different pubs actually, I think. Yeah, one was the Windjammer and one was the Windsor Hotel. So the Windsor Hotel and the Windjammer. And to have that hole in that thing just like it is, and then it was in the 106th hole, which is 10 and 6. That's me and my brother. We got our banner hanging up at Queen's Park. And then there's the other end of it. See? Went right through, and there's another one that's just about through that, because you've seen that, right? And then this was got right across the street from the Windjammer at this place that sells supplies for us working, like our hard hats and steel-toed boots and rain gear and all that kind of stuff. It's a really cool place, and I'm glad they didn't shut it down. But they had all these badges, but this badge was in the box underneath all the badges. And I go, what's in that box? And there was a whole bunch uh, of of these different patches that were in there. And this represents a boat. It's supposed to be USS John Young. Well, there's also an astronaut that's name is John Young. And he can go fly a kite, but he's already gone. He's already gone. So, and now here's the other crib board. So this crib board was from the dollar store. And there's some more codes I found because I went, oh, was there any more that add up to 11? Because this is the water that always falls from the mountain. It always falls. This is the tide that comes in and then goes back out. And these are lines of scrimmage. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. So 5 times 3 is 15, and that's alpha and omega. And that's what the 120 crib board, and that's the shithole, the stink hole, right here. You can't peg out. So if somebody's counting and you have your hand, you can't count. You got to wait. And if he's got two hands, which is the crib and his hand, he counts first before you can move. So if he's right here and he's got two hands, there's a good chance he's going to make it and pass you. And he's been winning the whole game. And then all of a sudden, whoop, done, because he's in the stink hole. And 90 is the skunk line, 60 is the double skunk, and 30 is triple skunk. And if you count to 19 hand, you should get 19 points deducted from you. And the person should get to count your cards in your hand. And if he counts them right, he gets to keep them. Because you can't get 19 in the hand of crib. But you can get a hand of 29, and it's the highest hand you can get in crib. And this is 29. And when you come this way and then go back the other way, the winning hole is 29 in this game. And it adds up to 11, 11, 11, 38. It adds up to 11, 11, 11. And is it called the 38 special? Because the 38 special is that water that comes down that feeds the river. And it feeds, and it always pushes and keeps that. And that's how the fish guide themselves up to go get that water. Plus, the Jack and Jill fish, they're supposed to, they go back to sea because they're the third year fish. They're immature. They don't die. They just find their way up there by the older fish that have passed, that have learnt the way because they were the Jack and Jill fish. So we weren't supposed to keep them ones, and the government told us to because they're a bunch of putzes that don't know nothing about anything. So it's time for them to go. So the 47 here represents this. This is the open tide to the marshland because that's a 4, the purple, and then the brown is 7. And you see this is an open 4, that represents the land, and this is a closed 4, and that's the water. Right? And then you have 2 3s, one's got the flat top and one's got the round top. So there's a codes to all the numbers. And then there's a box 2. So if you do a box 2, when you mirror it, it'll be a 5, and on the back side of the page, it'll be a 5. And then there's the straight 9 and a curved 9. Well, the curved 9's a noodle because it's wet. But when it straightens out, and then there's a 1, well, if it straightens out, then it's the flame, right? It's the light that lights up, and it's heat, and when it's heat, it's straight. It doesn't. It's a dried out noodle, and there's 29 for the 29 crib board, and where the 9 and the 2 join, or the 2 and the 9 join, where the curves are, there's a crossing, and it's 122, 122, 122, and the winning holes. The winning hole is, or no, sorry, 122, 122, 122 is the leap year, and that's what this is this year. Where are they? Where are they? They should be right here. God, help me. Where are they? I want to show them. Let me show them. Where are they? Should be right here somewhere. Oh, I hate when stuff ain't right where it's supposed to be. I didn't move it very far. Where did it go? They're right here. See, here's some crib boards right here. There's a few different types. I got these 2. And here's the crossing I was telling you about. So we got 16, 17, and 18. And the 16 goes to 106. The 17 goes to 105. And the 18 goes to 104. And 104 is what them add up to. So if you go 2 and 7, 4 and 5, and 3 and 6, it adds up to 27, and 27 per side is 108. Remember the rosary beads right here from my buddies from the Krishna temple. The Krishna consciousness. But the Sikhs are okay with all of it, just as long as you're a good person. That's it. It's all about being a good person. And that's what the gurus are. Do good by others. Now, this is really unusual because this is a spade and it's always a diamond. See, it's always a diamond. But now I got the radius of the earth now. I got 2 diamonds. That's the radius of the earth. And I got my spade and my spade. See that? Pretty cool, eh? Because I was getting all these things, and it's just like incredible how many different things I got to put together. So I'm supposed to say my story and see what you guys think if you actually look at this that long. So the winning hole is 121, and then we got 122 crossing, and that represents Orion's Belt. And we all been snookered, people. So, see, here's the big crib board. I guess this person must have got a 29 hand. Presented to Bob Lesk. Lesk. So L-E is that in French, and it's masculine. January 29th, 82. My mom's 82. She'll be 83 in a couple days. Oh, God, just sets me up for the last thing I just said. And this is where 83 is. This is 83 right here. Boom, boom, boom. The turn. It's 83. I think it is. I just figured that out on this one. So what happened is I got these crib boards at the dollar store, but I also got this piston off of that scale over there. The scale over there, it was outside of the McDonald's, and there was two pistons on it. And this is one of the pistons. And this piston has a Q in it. See the little line in there? Where is it? What's going on? Oh, it's got to be turned over the other way. Sorry. I was going, where is it? Where is it? See, and then they got in. See, in. So the tide's coming in. Right? Tide's coming in. Then when I turn it, tide's going back out. See, and there's a little direction there too. So that's facing Queensboro. Wow, that's facing Queensboro. That's me. So in, out. So look up the piston. I did. And that's a 5 in the middle, which would be J-O-E, Joe. P-E-P. Well, on the Mayan calendar, it's P-O-P. And that's pop. So, there's the Q. Right there. See the little line right there? It's a Q. Q. Brought to you by Q. Q and on. See that, boys? There's only one corner that has the code P5P, which would be AEA, because P is A, because I can only go to O. And P is A, and Z is K. But then there's the alphabet, and it does its thing. So that's why it's called the alphabet pool ball code. And then these things go over to another thing, which this is an hour long now, so I'm going to try to keep it to an hour, and then the next one will be another video. So, that's where this comes into play. I'll set you up for the next part, and then if you'll have to come and look, because hopefully you're interested in all the stuff I've been talking about, right? But it sure isn't drugs, because that's what the wars were about. And then taking kids and misplacing everybody and everything. And in 81, that's when I started with my dad in the union, making 7.66 an hour. So when I have to drop my wage because of all these people coming into our country, it isn't very fair to us. And then they're working all these hours and that, everything, and we're getting pushed out. That's not too good. I don't mind people working and stuff, but it starts hurting everybody except you because you're getting funded by the government, plus you're making your wage. Well, that ain't working out for us, and then you're making us homeless, and then these people have a cushy place to stay. That ain't too good either. So what's happening here is, I can't answer that yet, and this is just past the skunk line right there. And then this one is in 95, 95, 95. And what happens there is there's a code on the Holy Grail I have, and it's 95. Yeah, it's 95. And then these ones, they're in number 8 and number 9. And number 8 is H and number 9 is I, so that's high. And then this one is in the 6, so that represents the fish. And that's the channel that you dropped into, because when you were high up in your mom's tummy, when you come out, your head drops into the channel. Now you're a 6 and a 9. So it's 69 or 96. So when you come out of your mother, and now you're up, and you come out, and now you're laying on your mom's chest, and taking your first breath of air, now you're a 96, because 96 is the earth that you gave birth from your mother, and it was a water birth. Yeah, a water birth, and you're supposed to birth your placenta too. All that's supposed to come out at once, not being left in the mum and they cut the cord and then drag it out. You're supposed to give birth to that afterbirth too, and when it comes out, it pulsates until a certain amount, and then when it slows down and it's just about ready to give up, you cut it, because then all that nourishment's going inside you right off the bat. So these people are liars and cheaters, and taking that extra stuff that's inside and doing stuff with it. And they're not allowed and shouldn't be allowed to do anything, because they're a bunch of criminals and murderers. So like I said, this is high, H-I. This is you in your mom's tummy. You dropped. Now the blood and everything, and then that's the afterbirth that comes out. But then after you come out and you go up top, and now you're sucking on your mom's tit, that's the nice milk that she's made for you. And she gave birth to you, and she risked her life to do so. And then that's the afterbirth, as all the afterbirth and everything comes out, and it's been clipped off. See, because there's a little space right there. And space is an open area. So anything that, like the sky, that's an open area. It's called space, because it's open. And the stars in the sky is the roof above us that are popping the diamonds through the bottom of the earth. That's above us. And then there's a water that is kept out by electrolysis. So if you rub a nylon rod on your leg, or statically cling a nylon rod and put it up to the trickling water coming out of a spout, it'll go around the rod and then go straight underneath. It'll go whoop, whoop, and go right down like a question mark type thing. So this is all 95, 95, 95, and then this is 70. That's 71, 72, and 73. 71 is King. Yeah, it's King. And 72, well, my dad was born. or died in 70 when he was 72. My dad passed away. Oh, and 73 is MJ or JM. I don't know offhand. I'll tell you later. Sorry. Got a brain fart there. 73, 73. Let's see what 73 is. So 73 is 10, which is J, if you add the numbers up. 73 is M, because it's 2 away from 75. So that's M, and then 52, 62, 52, 62, 72, no, so 52, so, oh no, 78, 70, M, it's J, M, and J, M, J, M, J. Is it J, M, J? So, 62, 52, 62, 72, 72. It's U. It's U. So it's MU or UM. I think it's MU. There's some code with MU as well. There's a MU or UM. I think it's MU. And so it's JMU. Yeah, it's JMU. That's what it is. That's what it is. JMU, because 72 is 20 from 52. And that's the third set of alphabets as well. So that could be a C. So it could be JC for Jesus Christ. And then MU. So MU. So MU. And what's MU? 13 and 21. 13 and 21. That's 34. That's 2 17s. Oh my god. The 17s are crazy, okay? And then I believe this is 83 right here. And that's how old my mom's going to be on the 17th of this month. And then right here, this is 38. So it's a reversal thing again. And this would be 11s right there on the turn, right up the gut. And these are right up the gut. See the coincidences and coincidences? And then when I turn this over, there's a code. And 29 adds up to Bink. And Bink is a flat bench. A flat bench. And it's a flat bench, and it's Scottish. So Bink is a flat bench in Scottish. Yeah, the Scottish. Scottish. Bink for flat bench. And Jesus' name adds up to 29 on the top side. And there's an open 4 and a closed 4, because that's the earth, and that's the water, and that's the fish. And that's what that 6 represents right there, is the fish. And it could be a boy or a girl. The fish is a 6 because it's F. And the pink ball in snooker is a 6. But the 6 ball is green. So the green represents a boy, and that's the 66 is a fire horse. But there's double 6s for the girl, and that's the pink ball on the snooker game. And half the time they get snookered into doing stuff that, we're con artists, or us boys trying to, You know, when you're a certain age, you're trying to do something at a certain age and you try to be the con artist. Well, there's some girls that don't need to be conned. And they're called the fun girls. And they end up giving birth earlier than others. So that's these. This is 71, 72, 73. So 73 is me. I guess 72 is my dad. He passed away, but that's also 72 adds up to 9. 71 adds up to 8. Oh my god. So high again. 71 and 70. See, I just talking about it. So over here it was high, and now it's high here because it's high to the little kid. And I didn't have another white one, so I put the gold one in there. My mom's born in 41, and that's the golden snake. She's metal, and she's the golden snake. I didn't have to pick the gold or anything off the alchemy chart, because I picked this, so the fish would come back. See? And this made a rack of 6. Now this is 6 by 6 by 6. If you count the corner and then count the corner to corner, count the corner to corner, it's 6, 6, 6. And there's nothing wrong with 666. These people are a bunch of Fruit Loops. They're absolute Fruit Loops, trying to hide all these cool things from us by making it evil. Which, yeah, it did. But it turns out they were evil hiding it from us. And you can't trust anything they said, anything, the Bible or anything. I trust them people that fought for the lives of the kids, the Sikhs. And who were they dealing with? Elizabeth Windsor. Like I said, this is the board from the Windjammer, but my dad also played at the Windsor pub, and I think the guy owned both of them. One person owned both of them, and his daughter's nickname is Lulu, and that's what Queensborough is. Lulu Island. The whole island is Lulu Island. Richmond and New Westminster. And New Westminster's having a new name. It's New Westminster, not Minster, because we're adding an I in it, and that's for Mini Queensborough. Yeah, so what happens here is 59 is the bottom side. So 59 and 29. So the top side of uh, Jesus' name is 29 on the top side, and it's 59 on the bottom side. Oh, we're into it for 113 now. So hopefully you guys are all good with it. I don't know. It's in the open. Everything's done. I'm done. I'm finishing up my title here. That's it. I'm claiming it. It's the Mayan calendar. So because there's too many things here to prove that how does this stuff keep coming to me? How do I get these different crib boards? Which now this crib board could be part of this part here to hold them on. And that's a deck of a boat, and all that stuff's gone bye-bye with these stupid dumbasses that made up all these stupid rules. And then there's a small 29 crib boards, and they only got 2 lanes. Maybe some of them got 3, but the one I got, it's got 2. So yeah, this is a bink, it's a bench, 29 and 59 add up to 88, which is the 4 plates of the earth, and I got 2 of these pistons, and they have 2 8s on them. There's one on this piston and one on the other one. And then it also has a Q on it, right there. See the little dash out of the bottom? So that's a Q. And both sides have a Q on it. But there's only one side that has the marker there. P5P Q. And these were on that scale, and there was a native watching the scale. And I went outside and I went, what the heck is going on here? Because the week before I got these runners and they were they were all-star high cut all-star Converse runners, and there was an eyelet out of it, and it's got a code to that too. Like I said, I can go on for another 2 or 3 hours, but I'm only going to stop this so you guys will be wanting to know what this piston does and how it switches some stuff to make this and this, and it goes with all these other things that I just showed you, especially the high tide and low tide. And this is how the water comes in and then comes out. See? It's different codes because I turned them in different ways. So it made different things. And look, each side is the same. So you can't say I made a mistake. Right? Like, seriously. And this is the Alpha Omega pool ball code. But it's the alphabet. I say it's the alphabet pool ball code, but it's the alphabet pool ball code. When I say pool ball code, that represents alpha and omega, okay? So when I say the pool ball code, that means alpha and omega, okay? Just to make it easy. See how it's shooting right into there? That corner shooting right into there. Boom. And the orange represents the ocean, and the red represents the river, and you can see the river. It's got a line there because it's level, and it goes up and down. Well, I can't see the tide there now, can I? Because it's flooding up. And when the water floods up, the peatland soaks up, and then our grass is green, and I don't have to water my lawn because it's getting watered naturally. Freaking losers. And then the moisture that escapes into the air with the fog and everything else, and we got dew on the ground, not no dew. And dew is B-A-A-L, and the dew goes down the blade of grass to the roots, which is white. And them are the white roots of the Mayan calendar, and the green represents the Aztec calendar, which is green. And they're right over there. Oh, they're covered up with my, well, I'll just show you right now. Is my green one fell into the downstairs through the hole over here. See, there's a little hole down there. Goes downstairs. And I had this set up in a certain way. And the thing fell. All you hear is this bang, bang, bang. These are all my report cards my mom saved. All of them. And this is the first thing we made in kindergarten. And my kids had the same kindergarten teacher and a few other teachers. Really cool. And I think my grandson had the same kindergarten teacher too. So that's absolutely incredible. And I had the same principal as my dad too. And he was shaky, Mr. McDonald. Because when I came in, he was shaking because he didn't want to get beat up by my dad. Because when he was younger, my dad was getting the yardstick across the hands, and then the teacher went crazy because my dad didn't flinch. And then, oh, it's so funny I say Dad just at the time I'm going to show you Pop. And Pop is 11 ago. So anyway, my grandpa or my dad took the yardstick away from the principal because he was starting to go up onto his forearms. And my dad took it away and started wailing on him with it. just like I wailed on a referee. So we have something in common. And then UO is the address. We have 3 addresses here, and they add up to 120. And it's really weird how all that works. So I'll tell you after though. But the other address on the other side is 2115, and it's UO. So there's 2121, which is 42, and that's when my mom passed away. 2121 is BA, which is my bobbin. It adds up to 42. And it also adds up to 33 if you add the 2121. It's 3 and a 3. So she gave birth to 2 boys in 33. Then you got my address, which is US, which is 2119. And that adds up to 40. And my dad died on the 40th anniversary. And I just showed you that hole in that crib board. That was a 40th hole drilled out, blah, blah, blah. And all these codes, it's just crazy. And then next door is 2117. So all them one, and that's UQ. And I'm just like, this is just getting crazy. And then the one next door is UO. Well, I owed, but I really didn't own. It said POP, UO zip. And this is POP, UO zip. So all the addresses add up to 156, which is how old Canada is right now. I'm telling you, people, this is all crazy. And if you add the 1 onto the 56, it's 57, and that's how old I am. And this dartboard represents the 4 horses of the apocalypse. I got white, I got red, I got black, and I got green. And here's the tide level, the 11, and here's the 6. And then if I go with the 1 and the 5 and the 3's right down the center, I got 2 white, and that's me coming into the white bright light. And then that adds up to 26 as well at the top. The 1, the 5, and the 20, that's 26. But then I have a 3 down below, and that would be 29. And that's the highest hand in crib as well. And them are the roots to the grass, and this is the grass. But it broke, and I didn't have the piece left, and then this came out. And I went, oh, I'll put this on there for the lookout. And Google had these googly eyes on some skates and stuff. It was really, I'm going, oh my God, this is just getting weirder and weirder. So that's a 3 right there. And bridge, stone bridge. Stone bridge. And then you got your 6 going into 11, which is 66. Or 17 if you add them up. That's what I mean. It's always this and that. So 17 is a special water, and it's Q. And that's what the 10 is. 10 is blue as well. And then you have 17 right there. So that's a Q. That's where the Q comes out. Whoop. But you got A, C, E, which is ace. And then this is the V for the geese. Because they fly in a V formation, which is the Canadian goose. They fly in a V formation, and that's what this is right here in the 40th hole, in the winning hole. It's a V formation. See, I'm putting it all together because I know the puzzle. And if I had help with the puzzle to find all the pieces and everything, it wouldn't have got done because everybody argues and fights about stuff all the time. This ain't this, this ain't this. Go blow your horn somewhere else. I love it. And it's going into all the learning centers, and I know this is going to be the one because I've been pretty good and calm about it and everything else. So I love it. See, and this was another code. to this crib board right here. See, in this thing, I'll just show you that, well, I'd probably just show you anyway, but there's the other part to the bench that I just showed you. But what goes on here, and it just fits right from there to there, is a compass. There's two of them. I put one up here, that's high tide, and I put one here, and it's low tide. And right here, there's 222, which is the 6, but there's 222s here as well, going a different direction. Because these are going upwards, and this one's going across. And these ones ain't drilled out. But in this holes, these ones are all drilled out, and all these ones are drilled out. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3 is 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 21, 22, 23, 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 30. And they're all drilled out. Oh my God, mother. Crazy. And this is 9, the birth of a baby. And 21 is blackjack. And in 2021, everybody was 21 or 121, depending if you were born in the 2000s or the 1900s. If you're born in 1900, it was 121. And if you're born in the 2000s, it was 21 blackjack. And 121 is the winning hole in crib. Right where that arrow is. And a fin is the fin of a fish. So you can go fish. So what happens with that is you take, I was born in 66 and I'm 57 now, and that's 1, 2, 3. And everybody's 1, 2, 3 if you didn't have a birthday this year, or if you didn't have an anniversary this year. So if you add them up, that's what it adds up to. But that's only if you're in the 1900s. But if you're in the 2000s, it's going to be 23. And 23 is a W, which is BC. It's a 2 and a 3. Just like the 27 is a B for boy and a G for girl. And it adds up to 9, which is a big. And 27 is the start of an alphabet. Bag, B-A-G, big, big bag of a boy and a girl, because Jack and Jill are twins, and they came out of the mother, and her name was Jill, and the father was Jack, and they came from different parents. They didn't have problems like Einstein that married his first cousin. That's pretty sick. And I know a lot of people have to keep the line in the family or the wealth in the family. That is a sick attitude. And if you all knew that Einstein married his first cousin, I don't think you'd have much to do with that dumbass anymore. And 27 in the alphabet pool ball code, or alpha omega, I can only go to 15. So 27 is L, and that's Al. And my middle name is Alan with the E, and Dad's Alan with an A. And what happens there is, if I take the 2 L's, because it's with 2 L's, and my dad's 40 and I'm 44, so the 2 L's, I chop them right in the middle. So now I got Al and Al. Now I got E-L and A-L and an N at the end. Well, the L's, the A-L or L-A is the in French. L-E is the in French, but L-E is masculine and L-A is feminine. Now I got the N's left over. So the N's add up to 28. Now I take the 2 8s, because it's a 28. Now I take 2 and make the 2 28 into two H's, because there's two 8s. That's two H's, or 88, which is the 4 plates. So what happens is now I got two H's and I slap them on the end of Allen with the A and Allen with the E, but there's no N's left. So now my dad's name is Allah, Allah, and my name is Alleh, and I'm the entry and exit to the Mayan calendar, because that's a Pisces, and that's the water. And that's what it is. And that's the entry and exit. And the top of the E is the high water, and the bottom is the low water to the estuary. So, and there's the big bag. And these pegs right here came from this lady that made the pegs, but she makes crib boards as well, and she makes magnificent stuff. And these pegs came in this bag. And my mom's the golden snake. She's born in 41. It's absolutely marvelous how all this stuff works. And here's the code to that 75 crib board. And it's really incredible how it all works, really, I tell you. And I added the 222s, right, that are across here, and it's for 74, 74, 74, which adds up to 11, 11, 11. But this is 22, 22, 22. I mean 2, 2, 2. So if I times each 2 times each 11, it's 22, 22, 22, which is 66. I'm telling you, there's a lot more to it than that, but I'm just saying. I should just say it now, though. 66, my mom died, and I was born in 66. So what happens here is, if you take 74, 74, and 74, it adds up to 222. I'm just telling you, man. You can't make it up. But can you? This is just crazy. I just got this today. I just figured this all out. So I didn't have the 74 on there, but that goes with this 74 right here, because the brown's 7 and the purple's 4, and that's the marshland. Like I'm saying, all the stuff jives. Everything jives. That's the pool ball code with the magnets, and this is the crib board with the magnets. Well, it's going to have magneticity going to it here with the piston I got from that excursion on finding that scale, and these two pistons were on there, brand new, sitting where your feet would stand. Well, that represents the Pisces, the fish, because it's the soles of the feet. It's the foot. That's what a Pisces is, and it's at the bottom of the ladder. And it goes with all them shoes that were floating in the river with the feet cut off. And then the officer goes, because I was talking to them, because I had him here, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I know," and the other officer didn't, and she knew about the Sikh. She goes, "Oh, you going to the Sikh temple in Queensland?" I go, "No," but I actually was. I don't know why I said no. So he knew about the feet floating in the shoes in the river, and then he said something about it, but then that didn't make sense, because they found them feet in United States as well, where that geyser comes shooting out all over in that park. So, and they found some shoes there with feet still in them too. So I had to say that. So then I found another marker too, which was the 222 on this side, and the 74, and the 74, 74, 74 add up to 222. Then I went to 56, and that's my brother, 56. And 156 is how old Canada is, and if you add the 1 onto the 56, it's 57, and that's what I am. Right here. I figured out a bunch of stuff to that the other day, and it made the word, and then I flipped it over, and the L's turned into R's, and that's a word. So look that word up, E-R-R, and look up E-L-L, because they're both words. And they also make numbers. So I know this stuff anally. And then how all the numbers come up on the times of the day. And then, oh, made 11. And I did this yesterday. I found out that one of my buddy's sons died, and that's really hurting because I liked him. He was a really nice kid, but he had issues as well. Because when you get drunk and high, it turns you into somebody you're not, and you don't think straight. And then you hook up with the wrong people, and then stuff happens, and that's what happened to my cousin too. So I love you, Lancer. And then Jay, he committed suicide, and that's because he was on drugs and drinking and stuff too, and depressed. And then when you escalate it, because you might know some of the stuff I know, but I don't do drugs and stuff, and I writ it all down and did all what I had to do. And I love them people, but they're gone. But they might not be gone. I don't know. They're in my heart and in my soul. So, and I cleaned his grave, and he gave me that. Well, I cleaned all the graves, and then I told him that they were sinking a little bit. So I went there just recently, and they actually propped them all up, so they're all level again. So that was really nice. So Marvin's all straightened up, and Lance, because they were sunk a little bit. I can see Marvin sinking, but Lance is sunk. So, no. So this was another code I found out about this. So if I add the 11 to the 65, it's 76. And me and my brother won our tournament in 76, the Adam A Championship. It was 76-77. And that's where this thing comes into play too, because it's in the 106th hole. And that was number 10 and number 6. And that's the banner we have hanging up. And it's got 76-77 on it. And it goes into the 40th hole. And the 40th and the 106 is, so 106 and 40 is 146. And if you add the 1 to the 46, it's 47, and the 47 is right there. The purple and the brown. This is just getting crazier and crazier every time I talk about it, because I learn more every time. And all these add up to 76, 76, 76. So you, and then these ones at the top don't. But if you go across 38 and 38, that's 76, 76, 76, 76, 76. They're all 76s. And even this is 76. 2 plus 74 is 76. But when I go all these together, it makes 202, 222, and that's what this is, 222. And that's from the 75 crib board that goes with that hat up there that's got 75 on it. It's got 1937, and it's got 2012, and that's the Mayan calendar. That's the Royal City for the Royals that we won for in Adam A Championship, New Westminster Royals. And our banner hangs up at Queen's Park, and it's 76-77. And 77 is the third set of alphabets, and it's B, J, Q, and Y. It's all the blues, and that's in the alphabet. And that code to the alphabet's perfect. And there's always been a J, and it's the small J with the I on top, and that's the water that falls and the water that splashes, the water that rains, the water that is everything. Cavitation, and the small I represents the air from the cavitation that's in a closed chamber. See? Bink. It's a flat bench. I just like, I'm just like, what the heck? And then all these codes, and then yeah, it's just crazy. And that's in the 106, goes to the 40. It's 46, which is that dumbass Biden. He's got to go. Trudeau and them are a bunch of pant loads, and it's time for them to all go bye-bye. Then you got the 29 crib boards that have the two different things for with the flip card to do your to match up with the jack. So it's just crazy. Then you got your crossing at 21, 122, 122, 122, and that's 106 too. That's 106 too. Because here's 106, and it goes to 16, which is P for pure, because you fell into your. It was an open. It was open and it just fell in. It was open and it fell in. It was open and it fell in. And there was 6 fellas that fell in, and 8 kids came out. And 2 of them were joined at the unit, and one was dead and one was alive. And then they tried to separate them, and one lost its unit, and the one that lost its unit was the live one. And that's what stems with this bull crap, because one of them kids' unit that fell off, it was one of the Wiseman's kids out of the 3 wise men, and he was a wise ass. And that's what stems with all these shots that we're getting to change everybody into these Fruit Loops. Sorry, Fruit Loop. It ain't happening. And we had 51 on there, which is 3 Qs, and my mom was born in 41, and she died on a 17, born on a 17, and this is her 17th year away on September 17th. And I already told you all them codes. And they go with the crib board. I can't believe all this. And that's 76 too. So everything adds up to 76. All of it. Except the 2 and they add up to 6s. And remember, the 6 is there, and the 6 is there, the 6 is here, and the 6 is here. And guess what? That's the leap year. 6666. They add the day on. Because it's 6 hours per year that we lose or we gain. So we lose 6 hours a year. And then the 4th year, they add the day on for the 6 hours that we lost in the 4-year cycle. And that's how it works. So whoever's telling you something else, they can go get bent. Because that's what it is. You add the 6 on to make the day for the 6-hour periods we lost previous. And then the 4th year would be the 4th 6, so that's why they add the day. And it's flawless. Everything is flawless. I just showed you what that 75 crib board was, and me, my mom, and my grandma. So my grandma was 75, my mom was 50, and I was 25. So if you add all them up, that would be 150. And there's 3 of us, so that'd be 153. And then if you put the 1 on there, it's 54, and that's ED, my dad, Ed. And that's the eddy currents. See? It's all to do with the water, the land, the fish, the birth of babies. This is a really cool one. Hopefully you guys all like it. Because if you don't, oh well. And hopefully you post it and give it to all your friends, and you don't have to watch it all in one go. I'm sick of all this need to do this and need to do that. Just give me a break. So what else can I do right now? Okay, I'll do this too, because this was a program on a show. So this is a program on a show with the upper and lower case letters and stuff, and I think there's another part to it that's got letters underneath, and that, what's his name? Oh God, why do I forget some people's names sometime when I need them? So this is the head of a baby, and this is a crown that's on top. The red is part of the crown. And that's the mother. That's the eggs to the mother. And that's the M's in the 25 square boxes. Which did I even get to that? Oh, right here. So there's a 25 square boxes. I don't have them handy right now, but this is the pool ball code 2 as well to get 111. So this rack in the right orderly form, because there's an orderly form to it. That's what that is. Minus the two corners, so that's 6 balls that's missing, and that goes with the code with the 666 on there and everything else. And then there's 9 ball, and 9 ball adds up to 45. 1 to 9 is 45, and that's the dirt, and that's the earth, that's the grass that grows on the dirt, and that's the fire sign. Them are fire signs, and them are water signs. And God right there is a water sign. So them are 2 water signs. And look what's right there, the 6th and 7th month. Oh my God, eh? Just told you guys about that. And then it makes 111. That's what these add up to, because 66 plus 45 is 111. 1111. Well, not 1111. That's just 25 square boxes, which basically these are the 425 square boxes. And at the top of these ones would be 1111 in the middle. Or no, 1111 because it's air. And at the bottom it'd be 111, which is 1111, which is Remembrance Day. And that's a plus sign. That's 100 squares in 4 boxes, which makes 104. And 104 is 2 decks of cards minus the jokers, because we don't need them anymore because they're a bunch of morons. And this is the birth of a baby and everything, so you guys can stop this and look at this. And then what you do is you take a mirror, like that mirror right here, you put it up to it, and you start moving it around, and you might see some stuff. I'm just saying, you might see some stuff. And father chopped is fat her, and then mother is moat, and a moat is a water around a castle, and then it's abbreviation of Ministry of Transport. Well, you're transporting a kid from your mother's belly out into the wild blue yonder, which is AI, Al, big, bag, boy, girl, bail, because you're bailing out of the bag. And then moat is Ministry of Transport. And then of is 156 of Canada. And Canada is 156 right now. And these 4 addresses that I told you, 2121, 2119, 2117, and 2115, that adds up to 156. And then there was addresses in Queensboro. They changed it from 2 dwellings to 5 lots. 444 is excluded. So then you got, and then take all the 4s away that are on the front of the 400 block, so that you'd be left with 36, 38, 40, and 42, and that all adds up to 126. Or I mean 156. So these addresses up here, 4 lots add up to 156, and the 4 lots that are left out of the 5 down in Queensboro are 156, and the lot left over is 444. And then the other 4 lots, you take the 4s and add them on to the 444, and that's 28, 2 H's, and that goes with my dad's code and my code with the Allen with the A and Allen with the E. And you chop the ends off and you add the end, it's 28 for 2 ends, and then that's 2 H's because it's 28. Well, 28 is 2 H's. That's what I did with that. So, and then I slap them on, and then it makes Allah, and then my Pisces sign and all that stuff. So that's what's going on. And I do my H's all the time now, like Pisces sign. And then mother, and then there's Heather as well. He is A because he came from your dad first, and T is her, and that's you in your mom's tummy. The angel's in the mom's tummy, and it's at the time of birth. The I is a 9 up high. Then you flip. See, you flip. Now the A is upside down, because that's your head crowning. That's your crown when you come out. And that's the air that you're breathing when you come out. But before you come out, you're a 6, because you dropped into the channel. And now you're going to return. Not as the fish or the dead angel. And when you come out, this Ace of Spades, when you went in, that's when you first died. But then when you come out, the Ace of Spades is your shadow. And everything's all, oh, I got my digits and my toes, and everything's all floopy. Ding, 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 ding. What goes in, what goes up must come down. And when it does, hopefully you don't have these people involved. Yeah, so the 9 ball is die. See, die right across the middle if you put these, because you put the odds and then the evens, and then it's a Pisces sign at the bottom, just like the Pisces sign here for God. And then the star inside there is the egg that the angel's going to hit. See, the angel falls. That's what that is, the angel falling. He's bailed out of his dad, and it's fallen into the H. And what's it going to do? It's going to hit the red mark, which is the egg, which is the snooker balls. See? And when it hits the tainted salty water, what happens is it closes up like the Venus flytrap. And now you're in the dark black hole. And now you're finding your way to merge to your mother. So now you have an umbilical cord, like an extension cord, or like you're charging your phone. Oh, wait, just about 2 hours again. Wow, that's crazy. 153 and 1 is 54. So now the 9 ball here, it goes die, big. See, it goes big. Big ace, die. BC angel. BC angel. Die, big ace. Yeah, BC Angel, die big ace. Well, the ace dies. That's the ace of spades. But when you come out, it's your shadow. See? It's a little cockeyed. He just came out of the channel. His head crowned. Because that's the water birth, right? Because that's a water sign. And you're falling out. But when you're coming out, you're a little bit from your head caving in, right? And you didn't die. And now it's a 31. And the 6 and the 9. Still the 6 and the 9, but you're on Earth now. And this was a code with you are the chosen child. The Crystal Rose Grace Learning Center. Mission Night Rise. So they had some stuff going on with their, and then it says 218, 218. Well, it goes, you are the chosen child, 218, and then it goes, Mission Night Rise, and then it was 218, and then to be or not to be. That is the question. That's what I put. And I put the Crystal Rose Grace Learning Center down, and then I put the Fire Horse. Or well, actually, I put the horse theory. The horseshoe. Well, sorry, the horseshoe. The horseshoe theory. So they don't like the horseshoe theory if it's not on their side. Well, I sure ain't on this guy's side. And he pulled 9/11, his election 9/11/2019, September 9/11, 9/11, September 2019. He was supposed to have a tribunal council hearing on the 16th, but he pulled the election 5 days before that. So you're going down, Trudeau. You and your people you paid off, they're going to be sitting right beside you, you knucklehead. And wearing them fancy socks with them peckers and balls and stuff on it. You're just a freaking clown, aren't you? Where do you even find something like that? That's absolutely just offside. And then the W, and then BC pen. Well, you can't pen a horse. It's going to jump over the... You can't rain down on the horse. The horse is free rein. And what did they do to all the horses that were in Alberta? Should have left the wild horses alone. It's the last thing left. You killed off all the Pegasuses and all the oh God, I can't even think anymore. There's so much stuff in my head. The unicorns, the Pegasuses, and then you have to take the wild horses, and they're the ones that can really lead you to the water. That's good to drink. So, and then they had these codes with all these long things going on and all this stuff. So I'm getting into it for 2 hours now here. So, but I had some more stuff to do with these round parts, which I already just told you that this is 95. It goes with the Holy Grail. There's 395s. This is HI, which is high. This represents HI as well for because this is 71, 72, 73. Well, there's some different codes to that as well. I'll write that up too. And then we got a 6 right here. And I'm red hot on the money. And then it's high. And then it's 3 on the 95, and then how this fits right in here like this. And I showed you the Q already, right? In here, both sides have it. It's a Q. Okay, Q. Both sides. Except this side doesn't have the stamp on it. The other side does. And it's got these markers. In. Gino. And, oh, that's the H for Sarah. Yeah, because in the 25 square box, there's no H, but it makes a figure 8. Yeah, it makes a figure 8 because there's Sarah in the top corner and the Sarah in the bottom corner, and they're kitty corner from each other, and it makes a figure 8. And there's the H to Sarah. Yeah! Right on. But the 25 square boxes, there's level. One of them's level, and it's got V in it, and that's Vanessa. And then one has a M in it. Well, the ones that I have, that's for the 25 square box. It's got an M in it, and that's the alphabet. And the M's all by itself, but then when I put the three other squares, where is it? Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Everything. I'm telling you, I just love doing this stuff. See, masculine. See, there's different stuff that comes out with all this stuff. So masculine, where is it? There should be one right here. I think it's right over here. I hate when it all gets misplaced. You guys don't want to look at me looking for stuff, do you? Anyway, it was a real cool one. It's probably right in here, right in front of my face. See, this is Kankin and Konkin. It's about the Kankin is on the Mayan calendar, and it goes with Konkin because it's Alpha and Omega, and A and K is the Ankh, and there's a K apostrophe or hyphen or dyphon or whatever you want to call it. K apostrophe. I know apostrophe is low, but this is high. Too bad it rise to the occasion. K apostrophe A-N, K apostrophe I-N. So that's an Ankh. The Ankh is the power thing that Buddha holds. Like I told you, and I had the gold Buddha on the other side of him. And he's sitting on 11 coins. So 11's the channel. So that's the alphabet pool ball code, because Alpha and Omega. So P is A and K, or Z is K. So P is A and Z is K. So we're going to just do. Okay, here it is. See, 1111 is the 2Ks, but that's 11 because that represents the fire. And I already have this colored somewhere. It's just not right here right now for some stupid reason. And then it's 111 at the top, which is actually 1111. And then we're all the angels on the four corners. And then here's the fire sign with my initials. And that's the M in the middle. But there's one that's level, and level goes across and upwards. And V is right in the middle. And there's sort of a V right there too in the middle. Two V's going one way and one V going the other. So there you go, a triple. And that's what I had to do. I tripled them up. So you got M and an M and an M and an M, and then the other one has Vanessa for V for level and flush and plum. So and then the top corner says Sarah and the bottom corner says Sarah, and then you draw a figure 8. Well, these are hourglasses. So that's the water that falls, and that's a W. A to M to K, down again, M, A, so that's a water. And this is the mountain. And these are fire signs. That's M, and that's a W, so that's woman and man. And that's the Milky Way. And then the plus sign, and then the time sign. And that's the water. Comes and goes. It's the tilt. And then this corner down to this corner is the radius of the Earth. And that's where they them come from. But this one should be lower. And this one should be like this, because that's the radius of the Earth. Just like this. The radius of the Earth. And these are the hourglasses. And on that plate I showed you earlier was the it was the hour or the sundial. Yeah, the sundial. So I'm glad I got that in there too. So that's nice. Didn't get snookered on that. Except it isn't colored right now. The other one's colored and it looks really cool. And then the 4M's add up to 52. Three of the boxes I added on to it add up to 156. So three of the boxes are sorry, 52 is that, so I need, yeah, so that's what I did. I went 52 and 52 is 104, and 52 and 52 is, or no, I don't know what I did here. Now I gotta look this over now again. Can't leave us hanging on that. So, and here's my name, my initials. 13, 1, and 11 makes 111. And then you add the other one because it's a leap year, and that 3 represents the fish, and I was born in March. So, how did I figure this? 4 times squares is the MMM, which is 104. How would I get 156? Oh, I just put the 52 card pickup, and then 2 decks of cards. So that's 3 decks of cards. 3 decks. Times 4. I don't know, I'm going to have to figure that out again, and I'll tell you the conclusion to that, because I need to go somewhere. I had a phone call. You heard my phone call earlier. And that's cool. I can tell you everything that's happening. Not hiding nothing. So I am. Oh, I should take this down there too, because I gotta go fill this with water and pour it over a snake. And this has got two fish on it too. See? There's the fish right there. And this is the male. He doesn't have the thing over top. And what the thing over top is that plate I showed you. Here's this one. It's got the crescent moon with the diamond in it, but that's the egg for the female fish. And all this other stuff is all from the male, because he sprays, and that's the Milky Way, and she's all happy. And then them are all the gravel that I was telling you about, the black gravel and all the eggs, and it keeps them all separated. And the jackfish that go up, they're smaller, and they learn how to do all this, and then they come back, and not all of the fish do, but there's a certain amount come back for the second time, and they're showing the other jacks and Jills the way up and how everything works. So I gotta go sprinkle some of that over top of that thing tonight, and yeah, that'll be cool. Let's see what that buddy of mine wants. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a class in the morning too, so we wanted to probably do that. Oh my god, 211. So that's crazy, and this goes with the plate underneath, because it's the Hindus, and this is what I wish I could take all that there right now, but it's part of the story. Okay, everybody?